Welcome everyone to another day of Starladder Season 11. It's Europe, where we have one of two, their Secret's last games, and they're going to be playing them today. And these are going to be actually pretty important games, as yesterday did not go very well for Team Secrets. They took that default loss up against Empire, which was actually really good for Empire. Not so great for Secret. Secret, though, had the chance to make up for it. They were going up against Lions yesterday, and actually Lions, while they had a rough early start to the game, were able to make that comeback, and Team Secret lost, which kind of puts them a little up against the ropes. We can take a look at the standings here in Starladder. But actually, let's first just go over some picks. We've got Power Rangers banning out that Night Stalker as the 6.83 buffs come rolling in. Team Secret has been picking it up. To varying success. I think they won with it 2 or 3 times, but they did have it yesterday. It's S4 that's been taking it middle, and they did lose to the Lions. Also banning out Brewmaster. Hero sees some nerfs, but definitely rather strong. Vengeful Spirit Naga coming out as probably those armor-reducing supports that Power Rangers just don't want to play against. They'll pick up Skywrath Mage and Bat Rider. And looking at Bat Rider, we saw Team Secret play it yesterday. And it was Misery on the hero, completely countered out by Avenge. So that explains that ban. The first ban of the second phase after the Bat pick. And a Legion. And Misery honestly had an awful game. And it's not really a flame to him, it's just that he was completely countered, and we felt it as we watched the game. Shut down time and time again, and not able to have those pickoffs, and Era's Phantom Assassin just got out of control and brought the game back. I think he was like 17-0 at the end. But Team Secret, no tail. Obviously, he pretty much forged the Elder Titan support role that we see late in 6.82, still continuing over into 6.83. Team Secret, of some of their recent matches in the patch, of which they have quite a bit, 14 actually. Most of these come from the XMG Captain's Draft Tournament, so that's kind of hard to tell what exactly they want to do. But against Virtus Pro in the Dota Pit League Season 2 playoffs, I think the semifinals, they picked Elder Titan 3 out of the 4 games they had to play there. So it's definitely something they're interested in. Also, Disruptor and Ancient Apparition have seen a lot of play from Team Secret. And actually, I believe Puck pops up in one of those games. That was actually the game that they dropped to Virtus Pro. They had the Puck, the Elder Titan, some other heroes they threw in there. And one of them was not Nature's Prophet, but maybe we see Axe or Dazzle reemerge. Probably going to depend a little bit more on what PR likes to pick here. However, I do know Cheshire Cat loves his Bat Rider, so that's more than likely who we're going to see on the Bat. But like I promised, let's go ahead and take a look at the standings for Starladder Season 11 Europe. Those top 4 teams are going to move through, and right now those top 4 teams are Hellraisers, Lions, Team Secret, and Power Rangers. Team Secret is 10-3. So and Power Rangers is actually 8-3. It's a very important game for them. Power Rangers has a few more games left. Secret just has to play, obviously, this game, and they also have to play up against Virtus Pro Polar, which we will see later today. Team Empire, like I said, that default win was very good for Team Empire. They're 8-3, so they also have potential to get into the top 4. Na'Vi is 7-2. Virtus Pro Polar is 6-2. So those are the teams that are your real contenders to get into the top 4. I mean, anyone with less than 4 losses could go 11-4, right? As Hellraisers, it goes in the lead with 11-4. They've played all their games. And we'll see what they can do with that. But Rubik comes up as the 3rd pick. So Elder Titan, you've got this natural order, Aura, the base resist reduction for magic, 12, 19, 26. So at the most, it's going to be a third of your base magic resist, and you can make up for that with Rubik, getting levels in that null field, getting some extra magic resistance, essentially for free, is pretty nice. And Bat Rider, maybe he goes for a Blink Force pipe. Someone else can maybe go for a pipe if they're having a pretty solid game. And I must tell you guys, sorry for those of you in-game, you're now hearing me. We've got everything squared away. So, yeah, okay, 1 second. Problems fixed. People have been notified. Let's look at the bans of Secret. They ban out the Lycan and the Wisp. They'll also take out the Ogre Magi, seeing a little bit of nerves. It's pretty funny watching Ogre not be able to cast his stun. He's just chasing, like, you do legs this time. And the guy controlling the stun can't get it off. Slark as well has been a very popular pick throughout Starladder Europe, at least the last couple days. So not going to let them get their hands on that. Let's take a look at Power Rangers. They don't have too many matches. They've only got 4 matches in 6.83, of which they've won 1 of them. But they have been using quite a bit of this Wisp play, pairing it looks like, with Sven. I know Dityarov's been playing the Sven a lot, and they've also paired it with the Phantom Assassin, but not going to see any of that today. We'll hear a Witch Doctor picked up by Team Secret, so you've got your heal, a little bit of push, along with the Nature's Prophets Treants, keeping them up, so it's pretty nice. Also, the Dream Coil, Paralyzing Cask, and the Death Ward all have really nice synergy, along with another. Same sort of goes for the Astral Spirit and the Echo Stomp to start things off. So really good team fight control, I think, coming from Team Secret, and if they need it later on in the game, they'll have some good split push for the Nature's Prophet. The same thing goes for the Power Rangers, though. Really good split push coming off of the back of the Anti-Mage. And Anti-Mage is generally a hero that's going to rip Nature's Prophet apart if they're on even a level footing and they start split pushing. If they run into each other in lane, Anti-Mage probably winning that, as long as he has, I guess, at least a basher so Nature's Prophet can't get out. And actually, not even then. I mean, Mana Void will keep Nature's Prophet in check, keep him from TPing out. Batrider, though, will be pretty good against Nature's Prophet and or Puck in the meantime. And there aren't really too many heroes that are going to shut down this Batrider's potential. So maybe we see this last pick. It looks like it's going to have to be that one role for Team Secret. It won't be a Void, and Power Rangers won't be picking a Viper. Those are the last bans from both teams. So far for Witch Doctor play, this is going to be the first time that Team Secret has picked up Witch Doctor in the new patch.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll look back a little bit longer. I mean, obviously the Void Witch Doctor combo is pretty much undeniable, but yeah, I mean, they haven't really even picked a Witch Doctor in the last 2, maybe even 3 weeks. Probably because it's been... Most of their games have come from this Captain's Draft mode, so it's kind of hard to get a read just looking back at Secret's recent history. But they haven't really been picking the hero that often. Who do they want to pair with it? Maybe someone else with a AoE stun, some control. Maybe we see this Sven. I guess Terrorblade is still available.
10 seconds remaining.
Although Anti-Mage does do pretty well against his, okay. I'm about to say, Anti-Mage does pretty well against his brother from Warcraft 3. I think they dropped that. But it is that Terrorblade pick, and now Zeus coming out. That I really like. Zeus is going to do a lot of damage against that Terrorblade. The hero has incredibly high base armor, but Zeus is going to rip him apart. And anytime you see an Elder Titan pick, I feel like it's pretty good chance that team is going to go for a hero like Slark, Terrorblade, or really any agility carry that just builds those stat items. Because Terrorblade, I guess Morphling is probably the other last great example. Terrorblade, I mean, we see this hero with up to like 34, 35 base armor, and Elder Titan reduces that to 0. But now they're on the same team and they're working together. So people with a little bit less armor, as Terrorblade is going to try to rip them apart with that metamorphosis. And Shaklo playing the Zeus. Dityura carrying that new member of Power Rangers. I really like Power Rangers. One of the most stable rosters, I think, in Dota. They've been on the border of Tier 2, Tier 1 team for a long time, but everyone's sticking with it, and I don't know, I'm just really impressed by that. I love watching them play. And they've basically unchanged. Dityura's obviously new, but J4, Cheshire Cat, and Shaklo have been around for a while. Soneko as well. Soneko's actually playing the Rubik over J4? What? How dare he? He better do really well. It's going to be J4 on that Skywrath Mage here as we'll start introducing PR. They are going to be on the Dire. It'll, of course, be Soneko. On the Rubik, Batrider offlane is going to be Cheshire Cat. Not a surprise there. One of his most played and, well, maybe his favorite heroes. Who knows? Shaklo going to be Zeus in the mid lane. And Did You Raw going to be carrying up top on that Anti-Mage. And it looks like maybe the bot rune is going to be the one that's hotly contested. We've got some Treants moving out for some Vision, Kuroki as well. And we'll take a look at Team Secret. They're going to be on the Radiant. Puppey supporting up on the Witch Doctor, along with Big Daddy No Tail supporting on that Elder Titan. Kuroki carrying on the Terrorblade. S4 going to be that puck in the mid lane, looking to throw down maybe not $1 million Dream Coil, but at least we want to qualify for this land Dream Coil. See if he can bring that out. And Misery. He struggled yesterday. He was completely countered by the opposition. Today, well, it's not going to be easy either, playing this Nature's Prophet, going up against this Bat Rider, at least for the meantime, depending on how he gets a start. Oh, Big Daddy No Tail's in trouble. This is definitely going to be that first blood. You got that Napalm first. He is very fast, though, as he goes for the boots. 321 move speed compared to the 340 of Cheshire Cat. And look at that long-range orb. It's going to be the first blood for Soneko. Oh, just kidding. J4. My brain is conditioned that this guy's playing Rubik. But J4 coming in with that first blood. And let's see what that rune was. Was it worth it? Anti-Mage gets the bounty rune. Bat Rider gets the bounty rune. So PR off to a pretty nice start, controlling both of those bounty runes. So that's what, 200 gold, 200 experience to start things off this game. I'm just curious how this looks on the graphs. Thought it would just kind of be an instant, but I guess not. Pick it up around like the 20-second mark. So S4 not opting to start with the magic stick. But I'm sure he'll maybe bring himself one out. Or just rely on the bottle, the runes, and he should be able to control the runes over the Zeus. I mean, it's not going to be that difficult. 295 move speed there to 295 on the Zeus, but you can, of course, use that orb to get up there. Now up top, we're going to have that tri-lane as they look for another kill. Misery gets up to level 2. We see him starting with double circlets. We also saw S4's Puck starting with the circlet. As the Stomp going to go out, it will actually be a little bit off the mark, as this is Bat Rider, Cheshire Cat contesting these pulls. Big Napalm stacks, Big Daddy No Tail. Nice. They both get denies there. I think this last one, I think Puppey was going for the deny, but he was attacking Cheshire Cat in the end. Is already our new tree. Cheshire Cat has burnt it down. We'll have to look up top. Misery's in a lot of trouble, and he will be falling here. And Did You Raw? I mean, Anti-Mage is a hero that can get his hands dirty pretty early. That mana break really, really hurts, and if there's really no one to bring down Anti-Mage, I don't think the Treants and some right clicks are going to be quite enough here. So 8 CS involved in a kill. Now Shocklow going to go ahead and get that bounty rune up top. It'll be the invis for Big Daddy No Tail as he wants to come towards the middle lane. He can't do much. He's only got an Echo Stomp. Holy crap, this courier. You know, just getting a little bit of getting his read on at the candlelight. See what Big Daddy No Tail can do. Start off with that Echo Stomp. Shocklow might not have enough time to retreat. This means Terrorblade is free farming in that bottom lane. Anti-Mage is effectively free farming up in the top lane as well. And here we go. Onto Shocklow. Lots of damage. Everything going to land. No Waning Rift skilled up yet, but are the right clicks going to be enough? It looks like they will be the phase shift. Big Daddy No Tail with the 3 armor going to take the tower hits. And also Misery going down in the top lane. So kills all over the place, but PR out to that 3-1 lead relatively early here, just under 3 minutes. We've already had 4 kills. And the story is essentially Anti-Mage doing exceptionally well with the most farm. Terrorblade is like, I'm feeling good as well. Kuroki, we've seen him do some crazy things. And all he really needs to get started off on this hero is maybe some boots, power treads, that Aquila, and the Yasha, so it's not that expensive. And we hear Puppey, yeah, they're jungling up a little bit. I mean, Witch Doctor with some levels is a hero that sort of can just disappear into the jungle. It's very easy to clear out any size camp with a Paralyzing Cask once it's level 2. Level 3, of course, even easier, as it stuns neutrals for a very long time. What, 5 seconds? No, oh, actually, any creep. Oh, look at this. Soneko needs one more. Okay, needs a lot more attacks. It has been upgraded. We're at 3 minutes, 40 seconds. It's a good play here from Rubik, trying to get aggressive. Nature's Prophet is already level 4, so he's died a couple times, but he's got the experience. There's a lift up and a throw back as they try to chase Soneko. S4 maybe going to have to think twice about that, as a lightning bolt and a fade bolt. All of the bolts taking a little bit of damage. So Misery's like, whatever, I've got my levels, I got 2 points in Treant, let's go bottom. Metamorphosis is going to be popped. And a Secret trying to go get these early towers, catch up in gold that way, as they are really not behind at all. They're actually ahead in experience. So Misery's early deaths, they haven't mattered too much. Anti-Mage didn't get either of the kills. He did get 2 assists, and we see this bottom tower falling. There's already 4 people here. I can almost count Terrorblade as 2 people, but Raw trying to do what he can up top, pushing down. He's got 3 range creeps and a siege wagon. So he's doing pretty well with pushing that tower. But he's not pushing as fast as a Terrorblade. I mean, Shocklow's going to have to come to this bottom lane. He's got the Arc Lightning to try to dissuade this push, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We've got 1 illusion with 20 seconds left with Metamorphosis, and that will bring that tier 2 tower down to about half HP. And already Power Rangers may be losing some of their built-in Roche Pit control. We'll look to the middle lane, and that's where S4 is. He'll find the kill on the support Skyrat. The Zeus rotated bottom, so they were like, Sky, you know, go mid, try to get some experience. And unfortunately, he'll go down, giving up a kill to S4, who's got the bottle, completed the magic wand immediately after, so not really surprising stuff there. And now the pressure comes out top onto the Anti-Mage, Raw. With 30 last hits, the most in the game. Net worth, I think, might be, yeah, Terrorblade and Puck, just because, 1, they got that tower down. They've both found, or the Puck, I guess, has found 2 kills solo. Actually, that's a lie, because Big Daddy No Tail rotated over. I feel like he just killed the Skywrath by himself, but I wasn't sure if someone was around with him. Cheshire Cat's moved back into the jungle. He is level 5. He's got 1,600 gold already on these Boots of Speed. So this Blink Dagger comes up in the next couple minutes, and that's going to be really good for the Batrider. Can maybe try to shut down that push. Jump on the Terrorblade. Could be tough. Which Terrorblade is truly the real one? At least jump on somebody and try to start the fight off 4v5. See what Zeus wants to go for. He's got the bottle already. He's got the brown boots. Sometimes we'll see the Zeus. They'll stay on the brown boots. They'll get that soul ring up because, of course, that soul ring now builds into Bloodstone, so that kind of alleviates the problem or the need to go for your mana boots. Mana boots are nice because it gives you some mobility, but if you have a soul ring and can get into it faster, maybe Blink, Force, or Yule Scepter, one of those mobility items can be beneficial. But we have seen, who was it? I think it was God from Virtus Pro just going brown boots, Bloodstone, Dagon, just blowing people up. It's been somewhat of a popular build for Zeus as of late. Misery, though, in trouble again in the top lane. He has not got up to level 6, no Wrath of Nature, but here's this rotation. There's a nice coil from S4. We talked about wanting to see some of those. He'll try to bring down the Rubik, who will TP out. He'll find the Skywrath at the very least. And Raw taking some damage, but he'll be okay. So Puck onto a killing spree already. 3-0-0, 1,400 gold. So we know that he's going to be wanting to get up that Blink Dagger as well. It's here for Cheshire Cat. The pings come out, so they are very, very aware that he's already got it. So there's going to be no powerful unveiling of this Blink Dagger. Creating some space, I guess. Soul Ring also coming out for the Elder Titan, along with some Tranquil Boots. Elder Titan now given some farming priority down here in the bottom lane. Oh, just kidding. Terrorblade's here as well. They're still pushing towers, guys. And who is it rotating over here? It's going to be the Rubik. Uh-oh, Big Daddy No Tail spots it out. They're going to get him around in the trees, and the Metamorphosis damage here is immense. Kuroki going to find another kill. And now the tier 2, actually his first kill, but finding another tower. And they've taken 2 towers out of the bottom lane. They might transition to another tier 1. I mean, you kind of take those towers, your creep wave starts pushing. It's no longer that safe of a place for your 1 roll to farm. Kuroki, though, already at the point with this Aquila, and he's, what, like 500 gold away from a Yasha, so he can easily just start jungling at this point, or they can swing him top with 4, even 5, and just try to bring down these tier 1s. Just get the out of towers, and if you're not confident going high ground, then just keep farming up. I mean, you've got the Terrorblade. And here's a nice smoke, though, from PR. They're going to find one. It seems kind of risky to throw the lasso out on that one. He's going to find himself an illusion. But PR, at least trying to do something here. Nice, nice Earth Splitters. Making Zeus have to move over to the side. It's a little unfortunate. He tries to retreat out there. Choke point is blocked. He'll go down. I'm not even sure where the Skywrath died. It looks like he was right here. I just noticed that as well. I was looking on the subreddit last night. They added the little oil / blood spots back, which is really nice. I didn't even honestly notice they took it away, but then like yesterday, started noticing it was back in the game. I was like, this is new or different, and then there you go. It's back in. It's I think it's nice. Puppy now trying to farm out the bottom lane. He's up to level 5, which is pretty good considering they've had 4 heroes pushing the bottom lane for some time. I think Puppy maybe fell back and jungled for a while, but he's looking for maybe some mana boots. I think he actually just bought something. Could have just perhaps been the wards. Where's that courier? It was flying out. The Yasha's coming out for Kuroki, and S4's got his Blink Dagger. So those are some pretty big item pickups. Let's quickly check map control right now. So we're looking at these Radiant wards. That one's extremely aggressive. That's how they kill that Rubik so easy. They saw him rotating over with this ward. I can only assume Big Daddy No Tail put it down. They had a lane ward. This one is new because they are expecting some rotations coming through this way and into the jungle over here, wanting to shut down the Terrorblade. So those wards assisting the Terrorblade. And oh my god, this was actually here. They smoked right on top of this ward just a few minutes ago. So that was pretty bad news. So I think I really like the ward locations for Team Secret. They've also dewarded their Ancients, or at least attempted to, whether the ward was there or not. And we'll look. It's just this ward in the mid lane and up here, kind of scouting out that tier 1 tower. So a lane ward for Ditya. Yeah, but they did get this 1 tower, Anti-Mage, and that ward probably helped him out to find that. But so far, Team Secret's looking pretty good. Misery, again, having a rough time. He's 1-3-1, but he's got level 8. He's helped push down some towers. He's going straight for treads, trying to just get all the cheapest intelligence that he can. Going for the Robe of the Magi and the Circlets. We'll see if he turns those into null tallies. Maybe one of the robes into a blade mail, the other into perhaps an orchid, or maybe even a drum. I don't know. Maybe he's really just being cheap and Secret wants to end this game in the next 10 minutes and it won't matter what Nature's Prophet has. But if this game moves later, those early investments could maybe slow down the Nature's Prophet to some real items like Sheep Sticks, Necro 3s. Just gonna ult. Feeling pressured. Like, where are these guys? They ult, they're smoked up. They've got the information that basically everyone is together and they still think they can go in and try to win this fight. It's gonna be 4v5. Maybe they're just smoking to get some extra vision out on the map, I would expect. Soneko wants to ward this, but now that he finds all the treants, he doesn't even bother putting down the ward and he'll just TP out. So I think that's a pretty good call. Unfortunately, they used a smoke to get in there, and look at this. The speed of Kuroki moving in with that haste rune, and now everyone shows up in the mid lane. They know there's no Zeus ultimate. How are you going to stop this push without your biggest team fight ability? Still, that's an Invis rune on. Oh, the nice silence. That's a beautiful play by J4 and Shocklobe, letting S4 move up the hill there. But is it even going to work out? It doesn't look like it will. 6 armor keeps the puck up a little while. Now Kuroki moving in with the Metamorphosis. Shocklobe can't go anywhere. The Death Ward range will bring him down. While it was a nice play from PR, I think that just kind of shows you that they're rather behind. The Zeus is level 8, so that's 1 level behind the puck. Sky was only 5. Of course, if he's 6, he drops the Mystic Flare, and that's an easy kill. And they probably get out cleanly, but S4 being able to survive through that silence, dropping the coil on 2, even doing some damage with Waning Rift and his orb, and then obviously the support, the cavalry, I can't say that word, comes in and cleans things up. But sorry, I thought I switched the net worth chart. We'll move over to that now. We see Terrorblade 7.2k, looking at his farm 95. He did take over the Anti-Mage and farm. He's pushed down 2, make it 3 towers now, so he's feeling pretty good. And even the support, Big Daddy, I think, found some farm in the bottom lane. He's 3.1. Obviously, there's some tower gold moving into that. And Rubik, I think, is doing rather well, being not too far behind and having only taken 1 tower, or his team's only taken 1 tower. He's at 2.9. Puppy playing that 5 role as per usual. Did finish up that urn, so that's more heal along with this push. Opted for a slightly early point in Maledict. The 4-4-0 build, very, very common. Puppy going for the 1 early investment in Maledict. I would guess he goes for Voodoo Restoration next, but maybe wanting Maledict for the Anti-Mage. Like, if they can get even 1 point of it on him, do a bunch of damage, Anti-Mage blinks, he's probably still going down. I would guess that's why he goes for the Maledict here. Although personally, the first point is not great. Although I'm not sure they need too much Voodoo Restoration to really push these towers. Another ultimate goes off. It's going to reveal some portions of the map as they were smoked, so they won't see who it was, but they know that someone is smoked up and moving in, and we'll see even the lines being drawn. That's by Rubik. He's like, let's go this way. Let's try to cut off whoever that is. It was at least maybe 1 or 2 people moving up. Puppy will be smoking to drop some wards. So the same thing that this Rubik was trying to do just a couple seconds ago. Puppy's like, ooh, low creeps. He'll take him out. And I'll TP from the line of sight. Going to be blocked there, so Neko can't cancel it with the lift. He had good sense. Let's see if he goes to D-ward those. I think he might realize. Shacklo going to be able to TP out of the bottom lane in the nick of time. Who's holding on the top? It's Big Daddy No-Tail right now, just stopping the push. He's up to level 8. Let's check support levels. So level 8 here on Big Daddy No-Tail and level 7 on Puppy. So a slight advantage over those supports that are 8 and level 6. At least J4 now is going to have 2 points in the Ancient Seal, 1 in the Mystic Flare. Probably going to continue to max Ancient Seal. They want to keep this Puck silence as long as possible. He's already level 11, so there's a 5-level advantage over J4. It's a pretty tough life for him. He can just get blown up. Misery at level 9, so the offlaners went pretty even in terms of their experience. Let's look at their items. Force Staff and a Blink. Cheshire Cat's picked up quite a bit, and we see the Orchid completed. I figured the robes might go into it. Just holding on to the circle. It's not worried about finishing up the null tallies, just trying to get to the Orchid a little bit quicker. And also, I mean, that's a 6.3 thing, right? Null tally, or the circlet's now cheaper. It's only 165 instead of 185, and that extra cost went into the recipes, so maybe that's the new thing we see for these Nature's Prophets. Just go for the circlet, go straight into the Orchid, picking up the Orchid mainly for the anti-mage here, and like I talked about earlier, I think that's the reason the Maledict was picked up as well. Just try to kill him after the fact with Maledict and Soulburn. And Raw. He's not taking a death yet. He's got 130 CS, 8.3k. He is starting to fall behind. Almost 2,000 gold behind Kuroki. And Kuroki with even more last. It's 144, so he's got about 11 creep hitting advantage. The map control is very much in Secret's favor for right now. We saw these aggressive wards. Puppy smoked up to place them. And just the standard rune wards here for PR. We'll see if Secret, how far ahead are they actually? 4,000, maybe 200, 4,500 gold, 2,000 experience. So it's not massive leads, but it's 17 minutes. They've got to be feeling pretty good about it. And I think they might be looking for this top tower. They're going to jump in S4 onto 2. He's got to be careful. Ditya doing a lot of damage right back to him. This Earth Splitter, oh, he gets stunned on top of it. He breaks the coil, and then the Earth Splitter is going to clasp on top of him. Cheshire Cat actually staying alive. Puppy will go down to his own death ward. It was stolen over by Soneko, but look at this, the trees. Nice body blocks by Misery. Cheshire Cat is able to live. He's very mobile with the Blink and the Force. But now with these trees up here, let's check out the teamfight recap. About 1,800. I don't even want to do math this morning. 2,400 XP for Secret, 800 for PR, and about a net change of a little under 1,000 gold in advantage of Secret. So pushing that lead out to maybe 5,500. Kuroki is still not worried about doing anything. He's already got the Manta completed up. He's got the Ring of Aquila. I told myself to put on the default announcer, but I forgot. And 3.5k gold in the bank. That's ridiculous. All right, the stomp as people try to TP in. Can and Misery get out of here? No, Soneko going to lift him up. Misery will go down once more. Got Illusions pushing out the bottom lane. That'll eventually have to be dealt with, and we see, I think that's the Skywrath Mage drawing lines over there. They've got another smoke, so maybe they try to find a pick off. We saw them already, like very, very early on, try to pick off the Terrorblade. Unfortunately, they smoked on a ward right in this location, and then they got down here and they lassoed an illusion of Terrorblade. So things did not go well. It's probably fresh in their mind. But with that smoke, I think they're going to want to do something with it. Kuroki moving right over to Roche. And already just by himself, he's got it to about 3/4 HP. We'll see. Really, he's going into stats. I mean, I don't want to question Puppy. That's interesting. for sure. We'll leave it at that. It's very interesting that he's putting points into stats over either the Voodoo Restoration or the Maledict. I mean, Voodoo is pretty mana efficient, I guess, at level 1. Maledict, I feel like, isn't great, but if your team is doing so much damage, I guess it's fine. Wants to be a little bit more survivable with the stats. Who knows? S4 pushing out the middle lane. Almost got his Yule Scepter, the Staff of Wizardry, and 1100 in his pockets. Ditya trying to farm. The pings are coming out. They know exactly where he is right now. Misery moving in. Wants to find that Orchid. Can't get it in time, though. Ditya realizes he's in some trouble. He'll move away. He's got the Battle Fury, the Treads, and the Yasha, so also doing very well here at 20 minutes. Oh, they're going to get the Orchid off. They will. The Waning Rift. Everything. Ditya going to be brought down. That's going to be his second death now. And I think that kill is really opening up Secret to push the top lane. Perhaps PR. They're grouped up towards bottom. They could maybe find the kill on this Terrorblade, but if they do, I still feel like they're going to lose that tier 2 tower in top. So PR being forced to make some decisions that, well, making trades that still aren't fantastic for them. Losing almost all of their map control. They have not backed off the top lane. S4 is going right back up there. He even got a double damage rune, which means the bounty was scooped up bottom by PR. The Aegis is on Kuroki, so even if they kill him with these towers, both tier 1s and tier 2s in both middle and bot, the support from Secret can easily come and try to help with that second life. And now the push onto the tower comes. Tons of Treants dealing with it. Zeus is going to get involved, and Secret going to be pretty careful about it. I'm sure they could force this fight, but maybe not even going to bother. Terrorblade Illusions back to the middle lane, chilling. Maybe not wanting to show. Not that it matters, because I feel like you see a Terrorblade in a lane, and most of the time you just assume it's not real. Batrider going in for this. He's going to bring in the puck, pulling him back. Rubik's there as well. Can S4 survive? No, he'll be brought down first, which means no coil, but Kuroki is here. He's got Metamorphosis if he wants it. He also has Sunder if he gets pretty low. And it's going to be No Tail, I think, that picks up the Batrider. Nicely done there. Another slice from Kuroki. Wants to maybe find a target to Sunder. Might just go for his ally here or try to chase down this Zeus. He'll move away. Doesn't want the burst damage of Shacklow to be unleashed. So if they don't get too greedy, pretty nice. Secret playing very reserved. Getting away with what they can. Nothing more. But they do lose Misery. He went down here. Puck obviously was the target of that Batrider who did fall. So that's a pretty good trade, and I like that. Big Daddy No Tail gets sundered, and we'll TP back to base so Kuroki doesn't have to go anywhere. And he did have that Aegis, so again, probably not too worried about dying in that engagement. Probably why he stuck with it as long as he did. Up now, about 5,000 gold ahead of the Anti-Mage. Falling rapidly behind. Going for the ultimate orb right now, trying to finish up that Manta, and we've already seen this Manta's been online for days. And 2 more ultimate orbs have gone along with that because the Eye of Scotty is already here for Kuroki. He's got 233 last hits compared to the 189 of the Anti-Mage. They're going in for the lasso right now. Kuroki has also not died and is on a killing spree. They pull him very, very far back, though. That's going to be 1 life now. The sleep goes out. The silence on the Ditya. Are they going to be able to get Kuroki out of this one? He's going down pretty fast. They'll dodge that slow with that Manta. Look at this coil here from Puck. He gets 3 on the back lines, and I think they just want to retreat out. As Puck says, Puck out. So yes, I think they're just trying to leave. Unfortunately, S4 not going to be able to do that. He'll take his 3rd death. He's 4-3 and 5. 4th in the net worth overall this game. 8.2, and Kuroki's like, oh, how nice. I'll go ahead and take that. As Puppy actually bought a bottle and handed it over to the Terrorblade to bottle up that regen and just keep farming. They're doing everything to keep Kuroki hitting creeps, and it really shows. Like, look at this, 16.4k net worth. I don't know how that guy does it. Saw him play a pretty solid game yesterday on Ember Spirit to start things off, but got really, really shut down as Secret made a lot of space early, but then failed to continue that. And it was the Lions on the comeback, man. They looked fantastic yesterday. And probably going to qualify for Starladder Land Finals. So we'll get to see some new blood in Kiev, and that's going to be awesome. It's going to be a really great experience for them. And it's that all-Swedish lineup that I think everyone in esports just loves to see. So the Alliance has fallen a little bit on hard times. As, well, we see S4 playing for Secret, so they want the kill on this Zeus. What did Zeus even get up to? Well, there's the Blink Dagger. He did go for that Soul Ring. He'll like to turn that into a Bloodstone if he ever even finds the chance. But back to the Zeus. He's looking for the Yule Scepter as well, so the Blink Yules. That actually could be a Force Staff, perhaps. Force Staff is... I mean, it's good, but it's like if you get coiled and you Force Staff your ally, you're actually doing them a disservice. Same thing with yourself, so maybe he goes for the Yules. Of course, that Yule's there on S4. And now at 24 minutes, Secret is looking to break into that high ground, trying to bring down the Tier 3 tower in mid. There's the Metamorphosis with basically full duration. There's already 3 illusions, one from your Conjure Image, and obviously from the Manta. More Treants to be spawned, bringing down the melee barracks. They're going to force out the buyback on Shocklow, and they'll start to fall back. A nice stop will sleep 2 over in this area. Now the Earth Splitter going out this way. A little off the mark, maybe expecting some people to go out that way. I don't know. I feel like if he hit it here, he could have maybe landed it. But I don't think it's going to matter too much. Already the Batrider and the Skywrath have fallen. And now the range racks will go down. We've seen Secret play very, very reserved and safe Dota. But now as they take down this racks, they're feeling rather unstoppable. Nature's Prophet, it'll be the Soul Burn that brings down that Anti-Mage. No buyback for a minute. And surely at 25... I think PR might just be tapping out. They're about to lose their bottom lane of racks. They've forced to stop this push from basically the 4-minute mark. Misery got to level 4, went to the bot lane. They took a tier 1. I think a couple minutes later, Kuroki and No Tail bring down the tier 2. And then they farmed up some core items. We got the Manta online, pushed a few more towers, found the Scotty here for Kuroki. Team Secret just successfully finding space. The scoreline 18-12, but the game not nearly that close. It's leading almost the entire time, except for when PR got the early double bounty runes at the 0-minute mark. But a 14,000 gold lead right now, 6,000 experience, and now when you push into that racks, or push into the high ground and find those racks, it's a lot more money than it used to be. As those buildings will now give you, I think it's 125 to 150 gold per person for the melee and 75 per person on range. So it's a pretty solid increase. And I think that really just helps you put the nail in the coffin once you break that high ground. So another coil out onto 2. That'll bring down the Zeus. No buyback, but the Mana Void goes out. This one's onto Puppy. Now Kuroki going to battle up. Ura's got no chance. Kuroki's still fighting. They try to bring him down with a coil, and there it is. Shocklow with a good game. Well played. GG. Coming out from Secret as well. And there you have it. Secret, they're going to move up to 11-3 here in Starladder, saying we are going to Kiev, of course. They won a shot. I mean, they got, what, 2nd place last time in Season 10. They'd like to have another shot at first. And, well, might have a pretty good time. There's some new up-and-coming teams they might have to deal with, whether it be Power Rangers that gets through. It looks like Hellraisers and Lions probably will make it, but Power Rangers, Team Empire, Nodus, Vincier, and of course Virtus Pro Polar, who we're going to see coming up a little bit later, all have a real shot at getting in through this round-robin stage. And let's see. This was obviously Team Secret versus PR. You're watching Starladder 11 Europe. I'm your caster Helium. You can follow me there below on Twitter at Helium Brother. Let me know what you thought of the cast. It's just going to be solo today. We've got 3 more games coming up. And what are they going to be? Up next, it's going to be Europub versus VP Polar. So we'll get to see VP Polar play out their last 3 games. Actually, I think they maybe even have more than 3. But VP Polar versus Europub. Then the biggest game of the day, Polar versus Secret. And then Polar versus the 4 Anchors. And then right after that, I believe, is when the Dota Pit finals are going to kick off. And that's going to be Polar versus Secret. So if those are 2 of your teams, it's a good day of Dota for you. You're going to be seeing a lot of them. And maybe a little bit more of me over here on the Starladder stream. But make sure to support Starladder. You can find the ticket, find them on Twitter. And, of course, big shout-outs to Beyond the Summit for having me on here. And we'll be back with another game shortly.